I'm with Sue Ievers at the fantastic new wing, brand new wing at Sheffield Children's Hospital, and patient safety has been an absolute priority as this new wing has been developed. Sue's been in charge of that new development, and tell me what this device is here that's making such a difference.
So this is a listening device that listens for alarms in the single rooms, and it works in conjunction with the nurse call system and triggers the nurse call. The company they came into trust. We've been using this for a couple of years now. We tested it on the wards that are currently in the build, so that the nurses were used to this system. So they came in and programmed it to look at the equipment that we have, to play the alarms and to listen to those alarms, so that we have a variety of ones. So we have things like oxygen saturation monitors, infusion pumps, feed pumps, and it listens for all those different alarms and then triggers once they've been sounding for about a minute and there's no response. It then sets off the nurse call. So if an alarm is ringing in a single room and it hasn't been answered after about a minute, if the nurses haven't heard the alarm and they're coming into the room, this will trigger the nurse alarm, which will then summons them to the room.
So this is basically to deal with the challenge of the fact that if you've got 70% single rooms, which is great for privacy and dignity, but also it can be harder for nurses to keep an eye on everything.
That's right, so we don't want alarms ringing for any length of time, particularly some of the important alarms to do with oxygen levels or infusion pumps. So this will then listen for certain things. It's programmed to listen to those, trigger the nurse call, and then the nurse comes into the room. Parents, we find, don't often like to call the nurses because they think they're busy, so we found that in the past alarms can ring without us hearing them. The other thing that we have got in place is that the nurse call will link to the Visera badge that you saw the nurses wearing in the new wards, and that also the nurse call links through to the Visera badge as well, so that tells them where there's an alarm ringing.